So your CAS hours. CAS stands for creativity, activity, and service. You're already gonna have a requirement to get service hours to graduate. Um, so CAS just adds on to that. You gotta have 150 at least CAS hours, and it has to be equal. So you have to have at least 50 creativity, at least 50 activity, and at least 50 service. And this will be explained to you when it's introduced to you. But yeah, the best way to get CAS genuinely is for band. Like, it'll just come easy. You got creativity from when you're playing music. They do a lot of service for the school and for the community. And activity, if you're in marching band, you're always being active. So band is really like a one-stop shop for everything. If you're in sports is the easiest way for activity. It'll just come naturally. Service, as I said, you already have a requirement to do service, so you'll find stuff. There's always service opportunities. We have National Honor Society on campus. We have all these different clubs and stuff that are always making, like, always doing some sort of service activities. You can ask around, join a club, join Key Club. Key Club will give you service hours. It'll give you, there's ways to get service hours. When I was interviewing most of like the seniors and stuff, I would hear mostly that creativity is the hardest to get. For me, it was the easiest because I play music, I play trumpet, and so I'd go to my church and I'd play, and then I'd get easy hours, and I sing in the choir and everything. So easy hours from that. If you're doing music, easy hours from that. If you're not in music, fine. I would rely on your CAS project really to get creativity hours, and because your CAS project, you have to, it's completely run by you and whoever you collaborate with. So most of the things that you come up with are creative. They come out of your own brain. So use those for CAS hours, for creativity hours specifically. Outside of your CAS project, again, rely on the clubs mostly, I would say. And you're going to see it in the videos that I have of interviewing the seniors, but there's like art clubs that you can join. There's clubs making posters, like sportsmanship across campus. They have posters for every game that you can go and get creativity hours for. National Honor Society has things you can get creativity hours for, making blood drive posters, like things like that. You really have to you have to think about it, but there are ways around it for sure. And you got to get 50 of those. So as long as you get 50, you'll be fine. You could have however many, you could have like 100 something service hours and then get your 50 and then you'll be all right. So yeah, if you're not in a sport or you're not doing band for activity, the gym is the easiest thing to do for me. I'm not really aware of another really easy way to get hours for activity. If you do any dances, if you participate in like Heritage Assembly and you dance, or if you participate in like Afrocentric and you're doing a dance or something, that could count as activity. You gotta think about what things that could count for it, and just run with that. And then if you have really any questions about it, ask Mr. Spencer, ask Miss Lukovic, and see, does this count for activity hours for blah 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 blah. But yeah, CAS really, it'll come naturally. Once you just gotta get in the habit of marking your CAS hours after every in each month. You have to do it for each month for 15 months. So it'll start in your junior year and it'll last until about February of your senior year. So you have to log it for each month, and if you forget to log it, backdate your stuff back to the last month. So make sure you only have to get 1 hour for each month. You're only required to get 1 hour for each month. I wouldn't go about doing that. I would get at least a few hours every month, but you only have to get at least 1 hour in any strand for each month. So I would don't let CAS be the reason you don't get your IB diploma, because it's pretty simple. Your CAS project, get it done early. I'm getting it done late. It's not something that you want to have hanging over your head. Think about it. Get a couple of your friends. Think of something to do. Ask a teacher if they need something. That you could go in over the summer before your senior year. Get something done. I don't know. You can do what I'm doing, making videos for to help other people. You could do a community projects. Like anything could really count as your CAS project, as long as you're spending the time and the planning and the and you have the collaborative aspect of it. But yeah, get it done as early as you can, really, because you don't want that hanging over your head when it comes to like February and everything. What else? Yeah, CAS, it's really not that bad, and it'll look good. Like, it'll get you your service hours that you need, and it'll help you. It really will help you have a more well-rounded like application where you're applying to scholarships and applying to colleges and everything in your senior year. You want to have that to fall back on, like, oh, I did this and this, and you did it for a considerable amount of time. You did 50 hours for creativity, activity, and service. So it's worth it, and it'll help, and it's not too hard to do. And if you need help, really just ask around, ask seniors, ask your teachers for things. There's always something to be done, and they'll be good to help you. So yeah.